Hello everybody, my name is Virus Alertable and I am back to bring you guys another video. Today we're going to be looking at Windows Beta 2 Build 5259. It's been a little bit since I posted a video. I've had a little bit of work to do and I want to just take a little break from making videos for the holidays. I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. I know we're going to be posting this on New Year, so I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. Now let's take a look at this build. Already, right off the bat, we're seeing some completely different changes. We've got a lot of really nice looking Vista-esque kind of build on this. So now it's starting to be calling itself Vista. This build was actually compiled based on the BIOS date I have on November the 14th, 2005. So we're starting to get closer and closer to when Vista was starting to become its actual operating system. Very wonderful. As you can see, it's still calling itself codename Longhorn in startup menu, but we all know this is Vista now. And I just to give you guys a little bit of a kind of a couple things that we see here in this new build. So the setup and the UI look just completely different. It's unrecognizable, which is really cool. And we got a new desktop profile here. So right here, so the setup is the more final Vista look. And after the installation, we're going to see the out-of-box experience real quick. So I'm just waiting for this thing to come up. Should show up with the out-of-box experience. I know I had to reinstall some drivers on this. Looks like we're not going to get that out-of-box experience, but no worries. I had to install drivers just to get this for you guys. I was looking at the monitor, checking how this thing works. You can see me like, why isn't my video driver working? I had a lot of trouble with some of these builds with video drivers. They were really annoying to deal with, but I mean, that's what comes with these old builds. There's not too much we can do with virtual machines. Regular hardware we could. I could have just used like the regular hardware pack, the driver pack that it came with it, but I don't have actual what is it? I don't have actual hardware nor capture card to do something like that. That'd be pretty cool though. One of the cool things that we could probably do in the future, maybe with Macs, when we do Macs, I don't know, I still haven't gotten the actual pair, like the Mac Pair like virtual machine to work on this. I can't get it to work. Anyways, so usually the out-of-box experience starts, it's gonna ask for a user account, a computer name, the wallpaper and security, and then the time zone. And then it's gonna reboot automatically and then it logs us in, which is really nice. So the theme has been updated. It now uses the Windows orb. So as you notice, it used to have the old start menu, but they kind of painted it differently, but now it's the actual like Vista orb that we actually know. So the user account control, the UApp, is actually here. So whenever we do anything with like administrative, like if we want to change something for the administrative things, it's going to start asking us, hey, do you have to give admin permission for this? Like, here, we're going to see if we can do this real quick. See if we can pop it up. 1 second. I think I might need to actually enable it in the taskbar. There it is. There you go. See, run DLL needs your permission. So it's just like a proto version of it, but we're starting to see it get developed here, which is awesome. Some other things are cool. The category view items, they're kind of unchanged. There's some new options added to it. And when we see control panel and it's like in classic view, you're gonna see, if you notice, a lot of the icons have been updated to have that Vista look. No longer will we have those beautiful Windows XP icons that I absolutely adore and grew up with. This makes me very sad, but it's okay. We have to move on to what we do, and we also have Windows Anti-Spyware here. This is also a new feature. We got Windows Media Player 10 or 11 actually. Everything looks so different. It looks so beautiful. It's all Windows Vista. Oh man, we're starting to get into that Windows Vista look, and it's looking just absolutely gorgeous. I remember when I first got Vista. It was on my father's laptop. He bought a laptop for his business, and it came with Vista. It was perfectly fine. It was such a good operating system. I didn't have any trouble with it. No slowdowns or anything. Everything worked fairly well. Like, I don't know. I really don't believe Vista deserves the flack it's gotten. I mean, it's but like I mentioned, it's really more for home users. But most home users were really comfortable with Windows XP. I mean, you couldn't beat Windows XP. I mean, it still dominated the market share until Windows 7 actually came out, which is far better than both XP and Vista combined. Had to say it. Yes, Windows 7 is better than Windows XP, even though I love Windows XP. So you can see it's pretty much Windows Vista at this point. We all recognize what this format. If you guys have used Vista before, you guys know exactly how Windows Explorer looks in Vista, and this is using the arrow theme as well. Very, very awesome. I believe that's really about it. There's really nothing much I have here. Here we go. But there are some under the hood kind of things that we should probably get out of the way. There's an application that's called Memory Diagnostic Tool, and it checks the RAM for faults. So this is really cool if you have like actual modern hardware, if you're having issues with the build, if you can't tell if it's the build or if it's your hardware. So at least you can do one thing and, you know, get rid of the memory, get rid of the RAM doing the thing. Here we got the Windows Media Center. It still looks quite the same. It didn't go through many changes in this build. It looks relatively similar. It's still got that Windows XP kind of flag, kind of look to it. Nothing big changes. I think the Windows Media Center was pretty much the same since its inception. I mean, even tinier little tweaks. If I had better video, if the video drivers were a little bit better, you would be able to see like how it actually looked. It was phenomenal and beautiful. You guys could. I'll see if I can one day get a Windows Vista machine up and running, like an actual Vista machine with proper driver setup, and we can probably look at what it actually supposed to look like, the animations. For Windows Internet Explorer 11, since this does have Windows Explorer 11, the core, it's able to display modern web pages more correctly than we see like in Windows Whistler or Windows XP, where it had IE7 and IE6, and it just the web pages look absolutely disgusting. They also introduced those more security features. Again, this is targeted toward home users. They're not very tech savvy, so they introduced a phishing filter, and it checks to make sure our site's safe. And you guys may have noticed there were certificate issues when connecting to Google, and you're wondering, oh, it's probably your data's wrong. Well, not really. But what actually happens is that the certificates, the DigiCert, like the certificate authorities that are pre-installed in Windows XP and Vista, those expired. So if you still wanted to continue, say, using Vista, I don't know why you would want to use Vista or XP now, like after like so long that they've been out of service, you'd have to install new certificate authorities for those DigiCerts. And I mean, I'm not gonna go into it, but that's the problems that you face. And again, it's security related. And honestly, most home users wouldn't really care. They wouldn't really do anything. So they're just going to go like willy-nilly and just keep doing it with bad certificates. And they're not going to be able to and they're just going to be unsafe while surfing the internet. Anyways, Outlook Express, you notice Outlook Express doesn't exist anymore. It's been renamed to Windows Mail, and it carries over to version 7. And again, Windows Media Center, in the last build you saw it was not functioning at all, but now it's actually functioning. And it looks like how we have it in this proper rendition in the RTM version of Windows Vista. And that's how it's going to stay like that. Beautiful improvements. Beautiful. Oh, man. I'm going to get you guys a better resolution here. Finally, video drivers decided to cooperate with me, and I'm celebrating. It looks really nice. I'm telling you, it looks really nice. It looks really clean. We got a new little, there's the icon for Sync Center. The speech recognition, we still have a couple of XP icons, but the vast majority of the Vista icons are starting to pop out, which is very nice. If you can see in the taskbar down there in the bottom, on the toolbar bottom right, you can see like a lot of like the Windows Vista kind of icons. You can see like, you know, the network, like, you know, it's for Wi-Fi networks or something like that, or your network connections. It's starting to show that out, having that Vista animation. Anyways, that's really about it I have for this build. There's not much else I could really talk about. We could go through a little bit of the speech recognition. Again, the icons are starting to change, and I had my microphone like hooked up to the virtual machine. You guys could see that it had activity. It does work. Again, this is really cool how we have the intro to speech recognition. I don't exactly remember when Siri came out. Siri. I'm gonna call. You guys are seeing me live. So this is actually all this, like for speech recognition and stuff. This is before stuff on the iPhone and like, you know, the Google like Alexa and, you know, well, that's some Amazon Alexa and the Google Assistant and Siri. This was in 2011, and you could do this all stuff in 2006. Very revolutionary for Microsoft, when Microsoft was still, if you could assume, like the game changer in operating systems. Not so much now, as they just keep building on the same operating system with Windows 10, which I kind of am kind of sad about. We're probably never gonna get like a Windows 11 or Windows 12 or above and beyond Windows XP remastered. Oh, Microsoft, I would pay for Windows XP remastered. I will tell you that right now. But yeah, in all retrospect, I mean, they were very revolutionary for the time period, being able to control your computer with your voice and setting up that kind of voice recognition, diction. I mean, again, for the home user, not too much use, but for like orators, or if you're doing say you're doing something like for like court documents or something like that, that could probably work for you out, because you can just say stuff in Word or in the WordPad, or you can just, or for people who have disabilities, they're paralyzed, or they just can't use the mouse and keyboard, so they just talk, and they're able to use their voice to control the computer. Again, revolutionary technology here. But unfortunately, I have to say that Microsoft's lost its spark of innovation, kind of like that. I don't think we're ever going to see something as great as Windows XP, as Windows 95, Windows XP, or Windows 7. We're never going to see anything as amazing and, like, loved ever again. So hopefully in my lifetime and in our lifetimes, we're able to see Microsoft step up to the plate and give us something amazing and wow us again. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so glad. I do apologize for the long wait in videos, but life happens, work happens, and I'm still human. I need a little vacation. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and hit share if you guys are enjoying it, so you can share with all your friends. And come by the Discord server so you can join the community with other like-minded people who are passionate about operating systems as you guys are. Anyways, have a wonderful new year, and Virus Alertable signing off.